Well, hey, good afternoon, everybody.
Hello.
Afternoon, Kyle.
Hi, Kyle. Who's the co-host on this meeting, Cassandra? Is it?
So it's just going to be me. I reached out to SB, but I think her schedule is a little bit busy.
Oh, I thought she was going to be here. But she said she was. Okay, good to know.
I'm hoping she'll be attending the meeting, but she didn't respond to whether or not if she wanted to co-host it. So
Thank you.
I was like, she's got a lot going on.
Yes, she does.
How are you doing today, Margot?
I'm good. I'm good. I think the weather's a little cooler.
Yeah. I know we have a nice little breeze. It's
Good.
the calm before the storm.
Yeah, no
Right.
kidding.
Right.
Got a nice breeze up here in Sac today, though. Can't complain.
Yeah. Oh, yay, there she is.
There she is.
Hello, SB. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Happy that it's not 103 today.
That's what we were just talking about. It's very nice weather right now.
Yeah, 90s is nice weather here in Stockton.
Yeah. So we'll allow just a couple more minutes, see who else hops on,
Okay.
and then we'll get started. Give it one more minute. All right, for the interest of time, we'll go ahead and get started and hopefully more people pop in. So first and foremost, thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to be able to join us in this meeting today. We're excited to share some events and outreach plans that have been underway. So outreach events, I know we sent out an email a while back, talking about the 3 separate events that were relatively close within the past couple of weeks that we have been attending, and they've been really, really good. 2 of them were backpack events. And then this Saturday, there's an annual summer picnic, which the Air District will be attending, and that runs from 11 to 4. And then on September 1st, we'll also be attending the first Friday night festival. And I guess this is something that they do the first of every Friday. They have an outdoor event, and so we will be there in attendance. So we're super excited about that. And then yesterday we got a request for a couple more outreach events. So lots of different events happening. We're excited to be present. If you guys hear of anything, please, shoot us an email, give us the invitation, let us know, and we would love to attend if we can. And if we can't, then maybe we could partner up and somehow get packets sent up to help get the information out. So that's where we are with outreach events. Are there any questions? Or does anybody have any upcoming events that they know about that they would like to share?
Can I ask where the first Friday is?
Sure. It's going to be in front of me.
I know I saw the email, but I can't remember.
So it doesn't give the name of the venue, but it's at 2222 Airport Way.
Okay.
And that runs from 5 to 9. So there's supposed to be like food and music, and they'll have like little craft vendors and then informational booths. So it seems like a really, really neat event.
And that's called First Friday?
First Fridays, yep. First Fridays Night Festival.
Okay.
So Sandra, is there going to be ADA compliant if somebody can go to that event, like they have wheelchair accessibility? Are they going to have interpreter disability requirement? What are they going to have there with reaching out? Because the outreach have to have a component to have meet the certain types of requirements within the community that are disadvantaged, and those are not the ones that are not getting the full potential. So how are you going to be able to reach out to the blind, reach out to the deaf community, reach out to the spiritual educator or the wheelchair, all that stuff? When we have so much things to offer, but yeah, we have so much information that we cannot reach out to them without any of those accessibility. Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you, Douglas. That is a very good point. We're not the ones hosting the event, so I'm not even familiar with, what kind of accessibility it is. And taking a look at it online, it did appear to be all flat land, open area. So I would like to believe that, a wheelchair could easily pass through. It is geared toward family, so I think there's going to be enough space to move a wheelchair, stroller, all that good stuff. But you bring up a good point in terms of the outreach materials for, being ADA compliant for the blind and so forth. And that is something that, we need to look a little deeper in. How can we communicate the information that we have to folks that need it in that format? So I will follow up on that and see how we can make sure that our materials that we're passing out does, point people in the right direction to be able to get all that information. So I appreciate you and thank you for that question, Douglas.
Thank you, Sandra. I'm glad you're doing an excellent job. I really appreciate everything you've done.
Yeah, and this is how we get better, You always got to evolve and keep moving in the right direction. So thank you. Are there any other questions about upcoming events? Or are there other events that you've heard of that maybe we don't have listed and we could potentially attend?
This is SB. Do we on there? I wasn't sure. Did you have on the list also the events over on Yosemite?
No.
I don't know what's left for those. I think they're also like the first time, like sometime during the first part of the month, and then that's that area, the Yosemite Village area.
Yeah, if you can send me, if you've seen a flyer or if they have a website or something, if you can shoot that our way, we
Okay.
can look into that. That would be great.
SB, I think it was listed on Nate's email the other day.
And then, so then back to school, we'll keep moving along. Back to school outreach. So there's currently a new superintendent at Stockton Unified, and I've been trying to make contact with her so that way I can sit down, let her know the things that we offer, and see if we can partner to get information out to the parents, as well as resources for the schools. And so still waiting to hear. Currently, we're in communication with the Director of Communications, which is Melinda Meza. And everything that we've presented to her so far, she said that she doesn't see why this would be an issue, and she thinks that we should be granted permission. I let her know that, we would like to do our fall outreach in the month of September, and we would like to be on a couple of campuses within the AB 617 boundary. For morning drop-offs and then for after-school pickup. So that way our staff can engage with the parents, give them the information, and carry those conversations right there as they're either picking up or dropping off their students. So we're still waiting to hear back from the school because we need the district's permission to be able to do that. So we're kind of in a holding pattern right now, but so far everything that we've heard, they said they don't see why that'll be an issue. We just need the final yes. So once we get that information, or once we get that approval, then we'll let the group know, and then we'll point out which schools we'll be at. And so we're excited about that. So that's where we're at with the back to school outreach. Are there any questions? No question.
I have a question. The material that you said you provided to the school, are they the same material like when they have the parent teacher association and to get invited to that. That's a very much an integral component in the SUSD as well, Parent Teacher Association, and that'd probably be the best thing to get the information there, and also other organizations that SUSD probably have that I'm not aware of, but or it could be let's say an open school night when when the parent visits the student teacher and meet and greet and looking for the education, what they're learning, all that stuff. And that'd be a good thing to open up with their the thing about the what do you call that, the appliance of the inside weather proofing, what's that called,
The weatherization, is that what you're talking about?
no, I'm talking about the one that you get a free you get a free air filter, and
Air purifier.
I think the air purifier to the kid might have asthma and they're not aware of, that they need to have that, because when I got a copy, I had a whole bunch of files that you gave me, and I passed it around the neighbor, and they were very grateful because they were complaining that their husband was suffering from asthma attack. And then I went to the next neighborhood and next house somewhere, and they had the the 3 children having from asthma as well, asthmatic. So it's a very good thing to reach out to the parent of the people that are problematic with their as well. So that's another idea suggestion for you guys. So, well, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Douglas. And that is our end goal, which is why we're trying to get in front of the superintendent. So that way we can then propose, can we be at these back to school nights? Can we be at the muffins with mom and donuts with dad if they do stuff like that? Get in touch with the parent, the parent organizations and the different types of organizations that they have there for the schools. So we definitely do want to pursue that. We just need first the permission to be able to come on campus and get that ball rolling. So that's what we're waiting for. So fingers crossed, hopefully we can get that going sooner than, instead of it being pushed off. So we're trying. And thank you for the contact, Margot. I see the Friends of Yosemite Street Village,
Yeah, well, the contact isn't on there. I don't have that.
but the date I can look that up and see.
The second Fridays.
Mhm. We'll look into that. And then so other exciting things, I know that it had been requested that we do advertisement on radio in that area, and we put out some ads in English and Spanish for the CAR program. And so we are still a little behind with getting the interest from people to take advantage of the free air purifiers. So I appreciate, Douglas, that you have spoken to some people about it. But we desperately need to, we need to keep pounding the pavement on that one and letting folks know that this is available and that they should take advantage of it. And it's super easy to apply. And if they have questions, they can reach out to the Air District and we'll gladly help them. But our numbers are still kind of low for San Joaquin County and for the AB 617 community. So any help we can get with you folks sharing the news, we greatly appreciate it. Just because we want to get those units out there in the hands of the right people, so that way if a wildfire does break out, these folks can create a safe space for their family, their children, for anybody that might have respiratory issues. So we're still moving on that front. I know we did some media just this past Monday, I want to say it was, or Tuesday, this past week, and our numbers went up a little bit, so we were excited to see that. But we still have a lot of units that we need to get out to the residents in that area.
Right. Before, and Ken, I really appreciate that, and also, but I don't know who I talked. I don't know if it was Rico, whatever, or somebody. I noted that they gave me some information about one of those fire station right by Victory Park. I don't know what the name of it, but it's 3 or something. I definitely I'm a little concerned that a lot of people that I have seen that without barbecuing do not have a fire extinguisher. When I'm talking about fire extinguisher, I'm talking about a little compact. I'm talking about a small little thing where they see fire and they just look at it and wait and they don't know what to do and they have a fire extinguisher and they don't know how to use it. And there's a lot of people who cannot know how to open a fire extinguisher when they could get that taken care of before it get until it spread more. You know what I mean? I called the fire station a week ago, and they were giving me problem. They were giving me kind of like attitude, and I was trying to get them to teach if they could able to teach a community because it's right close to the Yosemite Valley. It's right close to most of the general neighborhood where all the neighbors can go and help and help us and watch how to get a fire extinguisher, whether it's free or you just have to pay like what $10 or $15, $20 to get one for your house to protect yourself as well. You know what I mean? And that will be a lot more fire damage and housing damage as far as just having a fire extinguisher instead of relying on the fireman to come and beat the fire. You know what I mean? So I was kind of a little kind of concerned maybe if you guys could kind of start something with them and kind of like I don't know what kind of like them so we at the neighborhood would love to attend to their workshop And I think that's
Mhm.
a better way of term. Okay, so it's just a suggestion. I think that'd be a practical idea for everyone as well to have those things too.
Yeah, Douglas, thank you for that. That's not something that we would do, but it wouldn't hurt to reach out to the fire department and see if we could partner up at a local event and they can teach that education. And I would hope that they would be open to an idea like that because that makes a lot of sense. A lot of people don't know how to use those fire extinguishers. So yeah, we can do a little research and see if they're willing to come out at, community event and give some education on how to properly use fire extinguishers.
Great, thank you.
What else? So talking about, so yeah, right now our biggest thing is just a big push for the clean air rooms program. Again, letting folks know that we've got these units available. We're trying to partner up. There's a group that does food distribution. And so I'm going to reach out to them. In our conversations that we've had, they said that they don't mind passing out packets for us when they do these daily distributions. They are within the AB 617 boundary. But I also want to see, can we partner up and maybe do an in-person air purifier giveaway right then and there? Like we can validate where they live and and then give them an air purifier right then and there. So we're in the process of kind of trying to work the kinks out of that and seeing if it's doable. But they are excited to work with us. So I'm hoping that we can get something off the ground here fairly quickly and host an event within about a month or so. So we've got that in the works. What else? I know that direct mailers was something that you guys also had suggested. We did some testing in Shafter and Arvin Lamont to see how that would work. And so far it's been good. So we've got the green light. If we want to move forward with direct mailers, that is something we can do for the Stockton area as well. So that was a positive. The other suggestion was flea markets, tabling some flea markets. So we called around, talked to them. That seems to be a possibility that we can host a table at one of the local flea markets within the boundary. However, I think we're going to wait until temperatures get a little bit cooler because it's super duper hot. Rocio and I were just out there on Wednesday and it said the temperature was 104, but it felt like 107. We were roasted. But due to the heat, we did get quite a few people that came through and then it just died out. And I think it was all heat related. It was just too hot. I mean, nobody wanted to be out there. So we want to make sure that, we're getting all this information to all the people appropriately. So we're not opposed to the flea markets. We would definitely love to attend, but I think we're going to wait till the temperatures get a little bit cooler and then that way we can have more of a draw of individuals coming out. So that's where we are with that. And outside of that, I believe that's about it.
This is Marco. Do we have any of the organizing groups that are part of our group doing knocking on doors at all or not at this time?
I don't believe so. I know that mini grants are available, but I don't think we have anybody that has stepped up and said that they would be willing to do that.
This is SB we have, but they I thought the mini grants weren't available any longer.
Oh, last I heard they were. So I will circle back.
We stopped doing them because that's what we were told, and that's the reason that were not out at all those locations because we were doing that crowd canvassing, events, everything in between. And I believe it was probably like last year, around this time, we submitted a proposal. And so the ask was, instead of doing the mini grants for every single event, it was to do the whole entire area. And so the proposal we submitted was to do about, I believe, 5 different areas, crowd canvassing. So for some of the other campaigns that we have done in the past, we did it, for example, at one of the local markets, so in South Stockton, and then we would have there the electric lawnmower that we purchased. We could have an example of the air purifier right now that you're trying to get to people, and if possible, coordinate with the company that has for the replacement component for the fireplace or some kind of demo of that. We have our electric vehicle, and then we set up a table and a tent at these very popular supermarkets that are, most that are in our area area that we're servicing, AB 617. And then that same day, we send out 2 other folks from our crew to canvass the area, like Margot said, door to door, and let them know about what's taking place there at the market, but also be able to sign them up. So this has proven to be very effective for us. When we did the GOTV for the COVID campaign for the governor's office, we were able to do these type of events, and we had a constant presence for these particular areas and zip codes. So we're very, very familiar with the lay of the land, and so we submitted that. So I don't know where that's at, but if you want us to turn it around and do it in a mini grant form, I can do that. That's not a problem. And we have the capacity, to do that.
Perfect. So I'm not 100% certain when they open back up, but I was just, as you were talking, I was reaching out asking like, hey, are they, we do have them available, right? And we do. So it's open back up. So yes, if that is something you're interested in and you can help facilitate, we greatly appreciate it. And we have the funding available to be able to do that. So.
Okay. Yeah, let me know, and I can get that information to you, and we can schedule it accordingly. And like I said, since we're familiar with the area, we know, what are the good dates, and then all of our canvassers are bilingual, so then they can reach out to the community that is in that AB 617 area, especially in the South Stockton stores.
Yeah. And I'd like to, this is Margot again, I'd like to just suggest, SB, have you ever done the Lewis Park area?
This is SB, yes.
You have, because I would like that area to be included. I know it's different than like, focusing on Conway Homes or Sierra Vista or something, but it is part of the disadvantaged area, and it's almost all triplexes, so it's a condensed, it's a densely populated area, and I think that would be good, at least one run through. Food for thought.
This is SB. Yes, we could definitely do that. And I can coordinate with you, Margot, offline and share with you what I had previously submitted.
Okay.
And that way, but I believe that we did have one of the areas there, which was the same type of setup, having the actual demo of what things look like, and then having the door-to-door take place at the same time.
Yeah.
Douglas, do you have a question?
Yeah, just piggyback on what Margot and SB are saying about Lois Park. That's what they're talking about, right?
Well, I just suggested it as another site that I never hear about. Let me just say, I never hear about us focusing there. And so I think I'd like to see it there.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. I agree with you. But there are two parks, isn't it? The Dixie Wood Park and also their Lois Park, right?
Well, they're both right
And
there. They're both in the
okay,
same area.
okay. So yeah, because I personally think that what they're saying is true. I think definitely that we can have that canvas there because a lot of people go there. But
Mhm.
I would recommend just being cautious because I live in that area and I go there once in a while. But sometimes I feel like I hear fire guns around the neighborhood, and then I rather wear if I'm gonna volunteer, I rather wear a breasted bulletproof thing just for my protection, even though it's a disadvantaged area. So I'm not, it kind of scares me sometimes. And when I go there once in a while, it kind of elevates my anxiety more or less. But
Yeah.
yet in a situation like that, I don't think that it will be a problem in getting low disadvantaged people to get information and get free stuff as well too. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying. Thank you.
I'm not sure it's any more dangerous than anywhere else in town. The Rod and Gun Club is right there, so that you do hear a lot of shots a lot of times. But
Oh, oh, they are. Mark, are you telling me that they have a rifle gun there?
I don't know what it is, but it's called the Rod and Gun Club. So even though I've lived
Okay, then okay, I must be hearing those gun bullet shots or something. So from there, then okay, so I kind of ease my anxiety a little bit more. Then thank you, Marco.
yeah, we should go check it out sometime, Douglas.
I definitely think so. I think that because that would dilute all the scenarios that people are telling me, like, oh no, you can't go there. It's bad. A lot of people got murdered, but this and that. A lot of stereotypes that when it comes to Lower Park, and that's ridiculous to me. When you hear a gun bullet, you just want to know where it's coming from. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but you're right. I hope that what it is, and then just for positive reassurance. That's all. Thank you.
And I didn't mean directly in the park per se. I'm just talking about housing that's in that area.
And I'm sorry, Margot, what was the name of that park? Lois Park? Is
Oh,
that what
Lois Park. Hmm.
Lois?
It's directly across the channel from the port.
Okay, the homes in that area. Yes, and I'm sure that whoever does the canvassing of these areas, that safety is first and foremost, and that they're taking every precaution to not put their self in harm's way. So
Right.
good point, Douglas. Good point. Okay, so we can look into that. So yes, SB will follow up with you and see if we can get the ball rolling because yes, funds have opened back up and they're accepting mini grants now. So that would be a great partnership there.
Okay, thanks.
Outside of that, I think that's about it. We ran through everything pretty quickly. Are there any other questions or things that you folks want to bring up? Nope, not hearing any. Well, then we will keep moving forward with our communication with Stockton Unified and hopefully getting their permission to be on their campuses. And then, that way we can share the information with parents and then the faculty themselves. And then, like I said, we've got the events that you'll see us at in the area. And then we'll look into the Friends of Yosemite Street Village on second Fridays, those events, to see if that's something that we can attend. And yeah, we're excited. And then we'll get that information to you, SB, for the mini grants. And I will reach out to the fire station there by Victory Park and see if we can partner up at a local event, and they can give fire extinguishing training to the community. Hopefully we can get that one up and going. That's a really great suggestion. And so those are all the things that I have. Is there anything that I'm missing? Nope.
Sounds about right from my notes.
All righty. Well, I thank you guys so much for your time. And hopefully you guys enjoy this cool weather while it lasts, and you'll have a wonderful weekend.
I know, we're so grateful it's cooler.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye, everyone.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See most of you on the 6th.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Bye, all.